Hello everyone, my name is Soul and today I'm going to be reviewing Dog. What's the dog doing? Anyway, this is a directorial debut of both Channing Tatum and his partner Reed Carolyn, I think is how you pronounce their name. And it's a very textbook film. It's probably one of the smartest films you ever see, and what I mean by that is think about this. This film came out on Valentine's Day. It's about a man and his dog, and that man is Channing Tatum in all his Channing Tatum glory. He's shirtless multiple times in the film. There's a lot of other dogs and good animal moments. Like this is a smart film, but it's actually a pretty good film as well. So Channing Tatum's character in this film, he's former military and he's trying to get back in, but his body's giving out. He doesn't have the clearance, but he might have a shot to get back in there if he just delivers this dog. The dog's owner died, and he basically has to take her to the funeral. The dog's name is Lulu. She is probably the best thing about this film. The amount of successful bits and good moments, and sure, a lot of it's just like, oh, like my dog's being silly in public, and half of these things Channing Tatum's character could avoid because he just makes terrible decisions. There is a moment in this film I entered my chick flick mode and I almost cried. I did not. Only one film has ever made me cry. This will not be added to the list, but I got pretty goddamn close. If you have seen the film, there's a scene revolving boots, if that's a hint. I could feel the watery ducks filling up, but they couldn't quite bring that out of me. Also, this film's rated PG-13, and Channing Tatum almost gets into like a weird threesome, and like there's a lot of other moments where I was like, oh, I thought this was just like a dumb family film. I thought they were trying to pander to the widest demographic possible, but no, they tried to actually do some things in the film. Also, I always forget his name, Randy from My Name is Earl in this film, and I have not seen this guy in a couple of years. The glow up on this man is like none other. He's looking so fucking good in this film. Randy from My Name is Earl in this film looks better than Channing Tatum. Kevin Nash is in there too. I was having fun with the cast on this one. And props to Channing Tatum too. I know it's not easy having to work with like an animal through an entire film and having to bounce off of that and actually like give character to them on top of what you're trying to do. And like imagine if the dog was talking in this film and it became one of those films, or if it was just a PG wholesome fest, or if it didn't have the whole military angle to this film, I think it would have been not even half as good of the film, because the most interesting moments in this film are when they actually try to go into themes of that. And it's not a theme you would expect to see in this movie, so it's really refreshing. And it just warms your heart like butter at the end of the day. And of course, I went to the film with my wife, who this is like a textbook movie for her. Military themes, dogs, Channing Tatum. I saw 5 seconds of this film's trailer and I was like, okay, so we're seeing this movie. Dogs, military themes, a lot of the things she likes are in this film, and I'm not gonna lie, it's currently my favorite film of the year. We're only in February as the time of this recording, so that's not saying much. But out of the like 5 or so films I've seen of 2022, it's so far my favorite. I'm gonna give Dog, terrible title by the way, a 7 out of 10. Here's a spoiler bit that I wanted to talk about now that we're past the score. Yeah, spoilers for Dog. But there's a bit in this film where Lulu, the dog, attacks a guy in like a turban because she's used to attacking terrorists. Because she's a military war dog and she's trained to do a very specific thing, and she's past her prime and wants to get back in there just like Channing Tatum, but immediately gets scolded because obviously she's doing a terrible thing. The way they handled that whole plot thread, other than, you know, Channing Tatum being pretty dumb for trying to pretend to be a blind guy, that again just makes terrible decisions in this film. But the respect that they had for those scenes, I thought was really nice. And again, it was like a very realistic problem where a dog is just being a dog. And there's moments in this film where like you just don't want a wild, crazy animal. And I think a lot of people as pets can relate to that feeling where you just want your pet to be on the best behavior, but you can't really control them at the end of the day because they don't speak English, they speak animal. I again felt that at the end of the movie when they're at the funeral. The boots scene, by the way, like when Lulu sat down at her owner's gear, that was the saddest thing ever, and that's what almost made me cry. But thank you for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please, I have a lot of other movie reviews on this channel. I have too many. And if you saw Dog, and if you happen to see the film Dog, let me know your thoughts about it down below. Thank you as always, and until next time with that, I leave you.